Hello, we're excited to show you our native speech capabilities. Welcome back to the English journey. Today, we have a very deep and important topic, how to make sure you don't waste your life. I'm Anna.
And I'm Abel. Time is the most valuable thing we have. Once it is gone, we cannot get it back. Today, we want to help you spend your time wisely and speak better English.
Abel, I want to start with a simple question. Have you ever looked at the clock and thought, where did the time go?
Oh, yes, many times. I think everyone has felt that. You sit down to watch one short video and then suddenly 2 hours are gone. It happens so fast.
It really does, and that is why this topic is so important. Time is something we all have. Every single person on this planet gets the same 24 hours in a day. A rich person gets 24 hours, a poor person gets 24 hours, a student gets 24 hours, a teacher gets 24 hours. Time does not care who you are.
That is a very powerful thought, Anna. Time is the great equalizer. That means time makes everyone equal. No one can buy more time. No one can stop time. It just keeps moving forward, second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour.
And here's the thing that really makes me think. We are very careful with our money. If someone asked you for $100, you would think about it very carefully, right?
Of course, I would want to know why they need it. I would want to know if I can afford to give it.
Exactly. But if someone wastes 1 hour of your time, many people just say, oh, well, it is okay. But is it okay? You can always earn more money. You can work harder and make more money, but you can never earn more time. When an hour is gone, it's gone forever.
That is so true. I never really thought about it that way before. We protect our money, but we do not protect our time. We should treat our time like it is the most precious thing in the world, because it is.
So today, we want to talk about how to stop wasting your life. We want to talk about how to use your time in a way that makes you happy, helps you grow, and gives your life real meaning. And of course, we will connect all of this to learning English, because that is why you are here with us today.
Let us start with something that almost everyone struggles with. It's called procrastination. Anna, can you explain what procrastination means for our listeners who might not know this word?
Of course, procrastination is when you know you should do something, but you delay it. You push it to later. You say, I will do it tomorrow. I will do it next week. I will start next month. You keep waiting and waiting, but you never actually start.
I think procrastination is one of the biggest problems in modern life. We all do it. I do it sometimes too. I know I should exercise, but I say, I will start on Monday. Then Monday comes and I say, okay, next Monday. And it just keeps going like that.
And the funny thing is, we always have a reason. We always have an excuse. We say, I am too tired today. I'm too busy right now. I don't have the right equipment. I need to wait until I feel ready. But here's the truth, Abel. We're never going to feel completely ready. There's no perfect moment.
You are absolutely right. The perfect moment is a lie we tell ourselves. It's a trick our brain plays on us. Our brain does not like hard things, so it tells us to wait. It tells us to relax. It tells us there is always tomorrow.
But what if there is no tomorrow? I don't mean to sound scary. I'm not trying to make anyone feel afraid. But the truth is, we don't know how much time we have. That's why it's so important to start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now.
Let me share something personal. A few years ago, I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. I bought a guitar, I put it in my room, and do you know what happened?
Let me guess, it sat there for months?
Not just months, it sat there for over a year. Every day I walked past it, every day I thought I should practice, but I never picked it up. I always had an excuse. I was too tired after work. I had other things to do. I told myself I would start when I had more free time.
And did you ever have more free time?
No, that's the thing. Free time doesn't just appear. You have to make time. You have to decide that something is important and then give it time. One day, I finally picked up the guitar and practiced for just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. And you know what? It felt amazing. I thought, why did I wait so long?
That's such a great story, Abel, and it connects perfectly to something I want to talk about. It's called intentional living. Intentional means doing something on purpose. It means making a choice. So intentional living means choosing how you spend your time instead of just letting time pass by.
I like that idea. It's like being the driver of your own life instead of just being a passenger.
That's a beautiful way to say it. When you're a passenger, someone else decides where you go. You just sit there. But when you're the driver, you choose the direction, you choose the speed, you choose the destination.
So how do we start living intentionally? What does that look like in everyday life?
It starts with one simple question you ask yourself every morning. The question is, what is the most important thing I can do today? Not the easiest thing, not the most fun thing, the most important thing.
That is a powerful question, because when you think about it, we spend a lot of time on things that aren't important. We scroll through social media for hours, we watch videos that we forget about 5 minutes later, we have conversations that don't mean anything.
And I want to be clear, it's okay to relax, it's okay to have fun. Rest is important. Watching a funny video is fine. The problem is when that becomes all you do. The problem is when you spend your whole day on small things and never do the big things that really matter to you.
Like learning English, for example. Many of our listeners want to speak English fluently. They dream about it, they think about it, but some of them don't practice every day. They wait for the perfect time to start studying seriously.
And this is where I want to share something very important. You don't need 2 hours a day to learn English. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. All you need is 15 minutes a day and consistency. Consistency means doing something regularly, again and again, without stopping.
15 minutes a day. That's it?
That's it. Think about it. 15 minutes a day is 105 minutes a week. That's almost 2 hours a week. In 1 month, that's almost 8 hours. In 1 year, that's almost 100 hours of English practice. 100 hours. That's a lot of learning.
And the best part is anyone can find 15 minutes. You can listen to this podcast while you walk to work. You can practice English while you cook dinner. You can read a short article in English before you go to bed. 15 minutes is nothing, but over time, it becomes everything.
This is the power of small actions. Small actions done every day create big results over time. This is true for English. This is true for exercise. This is true for any skill you want to learn. This is true for life.
You know, Anna, this reminds me of a saying. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. I love that saying because it tells us two things. First, yes, it would have been great if you started earlier, but second, and more importantly, you can still start today.
That's one of my favorite quotes too, and it applies to so many things. Maybe you wish you started learning English 5 years ago. Maybe you wish you started exercising 10 years ago. Maybe you wish you started saving money when you were younger, but you can't change the past. You can only change what you do right now.
So let's talk about some practical tips, real things that people can do to stop wasting their lives and start living with purpose. Anna, what is your first tip?
My first tip is to wake up with a purpose. When you open your eyes in the morning, don't immediately reach for your phone. Don't start scrolling through social media. Instead, take a moment and think about your day. Ask yourself, what is the most important thing I can do today? What is one thing I can do today that will make me proud of myself tonight?
I love that. Starting your day with a clear mind is so important. When you check your phone first thing in the morning, you're letting other people control your thoughts. You see their posts, their news, their problems, but your morning should be about you and your goals.
Exactly. Even if your goal is simple, maybe your goal today is to drink more water. Maybe your goal is to be kind to a stranger. Maybe your goal is to practice English for 15 minutes. It does not have to be something big. It just has to be something meaningful to you.
My tip is about priorities. A priority is the thing that is most important to you. Many people say that learning English is their priority, but then they spend 4 hours watching television and 0 minutes practicing English. If something is truly your priority, you give it your time, you give it your energy. Your actions should match your words.
That is such an important point, Abel. We show what is important to us not by what we say, but by what we do. If you say your health is important, but you never exercise and you eat fast food every day, then your health is not really your priority. If you say learning English is important, but you never practice, then it is not really your priority either.
And I do not say this to make anyone feel bad. I say it because it is the truth. And sometimes the truth helps us wake up and make changes. It is never too late to change your priorities.
Here's another tip that I think is very powerful. Help others. When you help someone else, something beautiful happens. You feel good about yourself. You make the world a little bit better, and you give your life meaning.
Helping others is one of the best ways to feel that your life matters. It does not have to be something huge. You do not have to donate $1 million or build a hospital. You can help in small ways every day.
You can hold the door open for someone. You can smile at a stranger who looks sad. You can help a friend with their homework. You can teach someone a word in English. You can listen when someone needs to talk. These small acts of kindness add up. They make a difference.
And here's something interesting. Studies show that people who help others are actually happier than people who only focus on themselves. When you give, you receive. Not always money or things, but happiness, peace, and a sense of purpose.
That is so true. And you know what else helps us live a meaningful life? Learning new skills. When we learn something new, our brain grows. We become more confident. We feel proud of ourselves, and we open doors to new opportunities.
Learning English is a perfect example of this. When you learn English, you can communicate with people from all over the world. You can read books that were written in English. You can watch movies without subtitles. You can travel more easily. You can get better jobs. Learning English changes your life in so many ways.
And the same is true for any skill. Learn how to cook a new dish. Learn how to fix things around your house. Learn how to paint. Learn how to write. Learn how to code. Every new skill you learn makes you a more complete person.
Let us talk about another trap that wastes people's time. Comparison. Comparing yourself to other people.
Ugh, this is a big one. Social media makes this so much worse. You go online and you see someone who has a beautiful house. You see someone who is traveling the world. You see someone who speaks perfect English, and you start to feel bad about yourself. You start to think, why is my life not like that?
But here's what you don't see. You do not see the years of hard work behind that beautiful house. You do not see the sacrifices that person made to travel. You do not see the thousands of hours of practice that person did to speak English well. You only see the result. You do not see the journey.
And everyone's journey is different. You cannot compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. That is not fair to yourself. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday.
I love that. Am I better today than I was yesterday? That is the only question that matters. If you learned one new English word today, you were better than yesterday. If you were kinder today than yesterday, you were better. If you made one small step toward your dream, you were better.
Progress is not always fast. Sometimes it's very slow. Sometimes you can't even see it. But that doesn't mean it's not happening. Think about a tree. A tree grows every single day, but you can't see it growing. You only notice the growth after weeks, months, or years. Your growth is the same.
That is a wonderful comparison, Anna. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Growth takes time, and that is perfectly okay.
Let me share another important idea. It's about legacy. Legacy means what you leave behind. When you are no longer here, what will people remember about you? What impact did you have on the world?
That sounds like a very deep question.
It is, but it's an important question. And your legacy does not have to be something huge. You do not have to be famous. You do not have to change the entire world. Your legacy can be the love you gave to your family. Your legacy can be the kindness you showed to strangers. Your legacy can be the students you helped or the friends you supported.
I think the most beautiful legacy is when someone says, that person made me feel important. That person believed in me when nobody else did. That person helped me become who I am today. That is a legacy that lasts forever.
And you know what? You are building your legacy right now. Every day, with every action, with every word, you are creating your legacy. So make it a good one.
Let us connect this back to English learning, because many of our listeners are here to improve their English, and I want them to know that learning English can be part of their legacy too.
Absolutely. When you learn English, you don't just help yourself. You can help your children. You can teach them English. You can give them a skill that will help them for the rest of their lives. You can help your community. You can translate for people who don't speak English. You can be a bridge between cultures.
That is a beautiful idea. Learning English is not selfish. It is something that helps everyone around you. When you grow, the people around you grow too.
Now I want to talk about something that many people do not think about. It is the power of saying no. Sometimes, to stop wasting your life, you need to say no to things that do not serve you.
What do you mean by things that do not serve you?
I mean, things that do not help you grow, things that do not make you happy, things that do not bring you closer to your goals. For example, maybe you have a friend who always complains, but never takes action. Every time you spend time with this person, you feel tired and negative. It is okay to spend less time with people who drain your energy.
That is hard for many people. We do not want to hurt anyone's feelings. We do not want to be rude.
You're right, and I'm not saying you should be mean to anyone. I'm saying you should protect your time and your energy. You can be kind and still set boundaries. A boundary is a limit. It is a line that you draw to protect yourself. For example, you can say, "I'm sorry, but I can't talk right now. I'm working on something important." That is not rude. That is taking care of yourself.
I think learning to say no is one of the most important skills in life. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you are saying no to something that does matter. Your time is limited. Use it on the things and the people that truly matter to you.
That is perfectly said, Abel. Now let us talk about fear. Fear is another thing that wastes our lives. Many people do not start things because they are afraid. They are afraid of failure. They are afraid of what other people will think. They are afraid that they are not good enough.
Fear is natural. Everyone feels fear. Even the most successful people in the world feel fear. The difference is that successful people act despite their fear. They do not wait until the fear is gone. They take action even when they are scared.
And here's a secret. The fear never completely goes away. If you wait until you are not afraid, you will wait forever. The courage is not in having no fear. The courage is in being afraid and doing it anyway.
I remember when I first started speaking English in public, I was terrified. My hands were shaking. My voice was shaking. I made so many mistakes, but I did it. And every time I did it, it became a little bit easier. Not because the fear went away, but because I became stronger than the fear.
That is such an inspiring story, and I want every listener to remember that. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to start. Start speaking English today. Make mistakes. It's okay. Every mistake is a lesson. Every mistake brings you closer to fluency.
Let us also talk about the importance of gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful for what you have. When you practice gratitude, something amazing happens. You stop focusing on what you don't have, and you start appreciating what you do have.
This is so important. Many people waste their lives wanting more, more, more. They want a bigger house. They want a nicer car. They want more money. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve your life. But if you are never grateful for what you already have, you will never be happy because there will always be something more to want.
I try to practice gratitude every night before I sleep. I think of 3 things I'm grateful for that day. Sometimes they're big things, like my family and my health, but sometimes they're small things, like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. It changes the way you see your life.
When you are grateful, you realize that your life is already beautiful. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful. And from that place of gratitude, you can build an even better life.
Anna, I think we should also talk about the idea of balance, because we've been talking about working hard and using our time wisely, but I don't want people to think that they should never rest.
That is such a good point. Balance is very important. You cannot work all the time. Your body needs rest. Your mind needs rest. Your soul needs rest. If you work without stopping, you will burn out. Burnout means you become so tired that you cannot do anything at all.
So rest is not wasting time. Rest is part of living well. The key is to choose to rest. Don't just collapse because you're exhausted. Take breaks during your day. Go for a walk. Read a book for fun. Spend time with people you love. These things recharge your energy.
Exactly. Think of yourself like a phone. If you use your phone all day without charging it, the battery dies. You need to charge yourself too. Sleep well. Eat good food. Spend time in nature. Do things that make your heart feel light and happy.
And when you are well rested, you actually learn better. Studies show that sleep is very important for memory. When you sleep, your brain organizes everything you learn during the day. So if you're studying English, getting a good night's sleep is just as important to studying.
That is a great tip for our listeners. Study English, then sleep well. Your brain will do a lot of the work while you are sleeping. Isn't that amazing?
It really is. Our brains are incredible. Now, Anna, let's talk about one more important thing before we finish. Let's talk about starting today.
Yes, this is the most important message of our entire podcast today. You can listen to all the advice in the world. You can read all the books. You can watch all the videos. But nothing changes unless you take action.
Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Without action, dreams stay as dreams. They never become real. But when you take even one small step, everything begins to change.
So here is a challenge to every person listening right now. Today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, do one thing that moves you closer to the life you want. Just one thing.
If you want to learn English, listen to one more podcast today. Learn 5 new words. Write 3 sentences in English. Speak English with a friend for 10 minutes. Just do something.
If you want to be healthier, drink an extra glass of water today. Take a 10-minute walk. Eat one piece of fruit. It doesn't have to be a big change. Small changes done every day create a completely new life.
If you want to follow your dream, write it down. Tell someone about it. Research one thing about it online. Take the first tiny step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step.
I love that quote, and it's so true. Every great achievement in history started with one small step. Every building started with one brick. Every book started with one word. Every friendship started with one hello.
And your new life can start with one decision. The decision to stop wasting time. The decision to live with purpose. The decision to grow. The decision to be brave. That decision starts now.
I want to tell our listeners something from my heart. You are not too old. You are not too young. You are not too busy. You are not too poor. You are not too anything. You are exactly where you need to be, and you have everything you need to start.
The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the story you tell yourself about why you can't do it. Change the story. Tell yourself a new story. Tell yourself, I can do this. I am strong enough. I am smart enough. I am brave enough. Because you are.
Abel, this has been such a beautiful conversation. I feel inspired, and I hope our listeners feel inspired too.
I feel the same way, Anna. Every time we talk about these things, it reminds me of what really matters in life. It's not about having the most money or the most things. It's about having a life that means something, a life that you're proud of.
And part of that life, for our listeners, is learning English. Every minute you spend learning English is an investment in yourself. Investment means putting something in now to get something bigger later. You are investing your time today so that your future self will thank you.
Imagine yourself 1 year from now. You've been practicing English for 15 minutes every day for a whole year. You can understand conversations easily, you can speak with confidence, you can read articles and books in English, you can watch movies without subtitles. That person, that future you, will be so grateful that you started today.
So don't wait. Don't say tomorrow. Don't say next month. Don't say next year. Say today. Say now. Say this moment. Because this moment is the only moment you truly have.
The past is gone.
The future is not promised, but right now, right here, in this moment, you have the power to change everything.
Thank you so much for listening to us today. This episode was about so much more than English. It was about life, and your life is precious. Don't waste it.
If this episode helped you, please share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Share it with a friend, a family member, a classmate, a coworker. You never know whose life you might change with one simple share.
And please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We release new episodes to help you improve your English and live a better life. We're here for you every step of the way.
Remember, you are not alone on this journey. We are with you. Millions of other learners around the world are with you. You are part of a community, and together we are all growing.
Before we say goodbye, let me leave you with one final thought. Your life is like a book. Every day is a new page. Some pages will have beautiful stories. Some pages will have difficult chapters. But the pen is in your hand. You are the author of your own story. Write a story that makes you proud.
That is beautiful, Anna. And I want to add one more thing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes in your story. Mistakes make the story interesting. Mistakes make the story real. Mistakes make the story human. Embrace your mistakes, learn from them, and keep writing.
We believe in you. We truly do. Now go out there and make today count. Make today the day you start something new. Make today the day you stop waiting and start doing. Make today the first day of the rest of your incredible life.
Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. We do not take it for granted. We know your time is precious, and we are honored that you chose to spend it with us today.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. This is Anna.
And this is Abel.